Welcome to Civics Chat, Empowering Youth in Democracy, a podcast brought to you by Dominicanos USA that dives deep into the heart of civic engagement and amplifies the voices of the future leaders of our society. In each episode, we will discuss with our youth ambassadors the essential elements of democracy and discuss why voting matters to them.
Hello, welcome back. We're here at the Guardian at Fenelon Hammer in the Civics room. Incredible student. This is our fifth episode of the podcast Civics Chat. Today we're gonna discuss important topic for the youth, civic engagement and politics. Hi guys, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Feeling amazing today. Nice day outside.
Lovely day, sunny day. So let's start. Who are you?
My name is Chris Bo. I go to Fenelon Hammer High School. I plan on studying technology, specifically coding.
My name is Jaden Pena. I go to Fannie Lou Hammer High School. I'm a junior, and I plan to study civic engineering in college. And my name is Dantes Martinez. I'm a senior. I go to Fannie Lou as well. And after high school, I'm gonna go to trade school for plumbing.
So guys, why did you decide to be part of this program?
I decided to be part of this program because I really wanted to see how my community plays a part in this past election and how people voice their opinions about it. Yeah, and I feel like it's a good idea to have youth also take part in like the future of like their country. Like,
I feel like the reason why I chose this program is because I feel like this affects more than just, our community. This affects the whole country. And I feel like knowing who your president is going to be and knowing what the rules are going to be, specifically on people that come from other countries or immigrate or migrate from other countries, I feel like it's super important for like all of us and also them to, have an understanding of who and like, I don't know how to explain it, but who they're gonna rely on when, they have like their moments where, they put in their passport and, they have to make sure that those people know like who they are and that they're not coming from other countries or crossing the border or doing other stuff that.
So how this program influence you, like perspective on how you see like politics and civic engagement?
It influenced my perspective because before I never really was interested in politics. Like, I would hear about them happening, but I would never really go out of my way to learn about what was going on. But with this program, it really gave me a chance to talk to the people and learn what their views on it are and actually get into depth with it. And like, now that I've learned, I've noticed so many young people that are next to run this country voting and voicing their opinions about what they care about and what they think is important. I agree with you, Jaden. Like, to be honest, me, when I was younger, I really did not care about like politics. I didn't really care about the society. I just wanted to be me, do whatever I want to do. But like, as I got older and where I am now, I realized like how important it is for like people like me, people my age group, to actually take part in like debates, or not debates, but like just politics overall.
Like, yeah, I feel like I was never really into politics, but like did it for me in a way was I see how different generations are still like, you see somebody's grandpa or somebody's uncle, they're voting and they're talking about it, they're arguing about it, they're having like, Zoom meetings and group chat. And I'm seeing that it's not only for this generation, but also the other generation and the generation before us.
Now, it is clear that like young people have the power to change the political landscape. But how do we motivate those young people to participate in politics and through like civic engagement? How do we motivate?
I feel like a good way to like start is by like, because I'm gonna be honest, many people don't want to do it because they see it as boring. So I feel like a good way to like start getting people to want to take part is by doing like fun events. Like, you could host like a small panel and you could have people talk about like, what exactly are you doing in politics? What's your role and why is it important? And you could have engagement like that. People ask questions, they find out like truly like what they could do to help benefit themselves and a lot of other people.
I agree with what Dante said, but I'm at my own twist in the way that I feel like feeding this generation is much harder than feeding the past generation because of technology. I feel like technology changes things, and people have different ideas, and you could go on Google or on Twitter or Instagram, whatever you use, and you can see different things about Trump or like whoever's voting or whoever's trying to vote or whoever's trying to go for president, and you can give your opinion on that. But it's different from back in the 90s where you didn't have the ability to really go on your phone and have an opinion on something and argue about politic reasons.
Jaden, before you go, can I add on to Chris? I just want to say, like, I agree with you on that, and I feel like social media has taken like a big, like a big step, but I feel like social media has egressed because now you go on Instagram, and if you think good about Kamala, you're just gonna see negative things about Trump, and if you wanted Trump, you're just gonna see negative things about Kamala. But I feel like back then, like the 90s, as what you were saying, your own opinion was actually based on like your own research and was actually based on like the facts, whereas now it's just people just posting fake, and you never know what's real, what's not real, so it's hard to decipher like the truth. And that's like, I feel like it's good for people to do their own research as well.
I feel like a good way to motivate people is just simply by adding raffles, like, oh, if you vote, you have a chance to win this or that. It's something small, but it can motivate a group of people into taking action and wanting to vote.
So it's not only like register people to vote because you register a lot of students, but how can we take those students to vote? What kind of issue does the student have that we can use to motivate them to vote? Like housing, like FASA, like the cost of living.
I mean, you just gotta like tell them how their parents are experiencing things. Like parents, complaining about how much the house is worth or how much the badge of eggs is worth. It's like, and it's not only that. It's like also people who come from other countries that are also experiencing the same thing, and you just gotta like look at their tell them to look how their parents are reacting and see if that could tell them how the situation is right now.
And it's also that when you really tell them, you can tell them that their future relies on them. Like, if you don't take change, or if you don't take a step to change anything, nothing's going to change at all. You really have to take that first step and get in there to cause that change that you need.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. I feel like it's good for young people to take part in the future of the country. And as like what I said earlier, like we're gonna be the people that are gonna be living here for like next 30 years, and it's important that we take charge and we take responsibility for our own country. And I feel like not just like older people, like people in like their 40s, 50s, yeah, it's good that they're able to vote, but I feel like it's up to us as younger individuals to be able to have a voice as well.
Well, how we can have a voice? What strategy we can use to register the students? Because most of the time they don't want to register because they don't know about civic engagement. But
Yeah.
what strategies we can implement to register those students to convince them like to register and participate?
Well, obviously now because you have technology, you have computers, iPad. Obviously, use technology, you have websites, and that really helped. It's different from back then. Back then, you had to go on stands and tell people and give out papers, but now you could just go on a website and click and boom.
And it's really, with social media, all it takes is one share for a whole new wave of people to see it. Like, if I share something, that means 40 other people are going to be able to see it and reshare that as well. And it can go out in a wave.
Yeah, and I feel like another way aside from social media, and that's social media as well, right? I feel like another way is to like this, a panel. I feel like, or panel, right?
Yes.
I feel like doing something like this is also good because and if you're able to like share it online, and it gets engagement, all the people are gonna see it. They're gonna see like what we're talking about, and they're also gonna want to be like, oh, I like what they're talking about, and they're gonna possibly be able to wanna go register to vote because they like what we're doing, they like what we're talking about, and yeah, they just want to like take part in the future of the
I
community.
think that's social media is the way to go, but also we can include young people in the conversation because most of the times you will see older people talking about civic engagement to younger people, but they don't really connect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
had to put young people to talk to other young people so they can get in the same language that they
Yeah.
use. Or like talking about some issues that you have here in the South Bronx. What is an issue that is affecting your community? How do you think you can like go over with like civic participation and solve it?
I feel like for sure is pollution here. We have so many highways, so many cars, everything is polluting. And really voting for a person that cares about that can really make a change. Because if you vote for somebody who doesn't really care about that issue that you know is a big problem, it's gonna be way harder for that problem to get solved.
And that's the reason why you should always, before vote, you should like do your research.
Yeah.
Who you voting for and what are the proposal of that candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously pollution is like one of the problems, but one of the problems that like I see a lot when I go out and like, is homelessness and not having enough homeless homes and not being able to, not caring to take care of the homeless and just leaving them like that, like as trash and as just as objects in a way. It's just like it doesn't affect me, but it like hurts. So I was seeing homeless people outside and not having the ability to go into a home or go into a shelter or none of that because there's barely any. Just,
And how do you think we can solve that problem?
obviously, creating more shelters, obviously creating like areas that give out food. Like a lot of areas like close to here give out food, but some of them don't give out to the homeless. They give out to people of the community. So I feel like we need more equality and need to give out more food based on
Or how we can get more equality through civic participation and what else?
obviously, participating more and, you know, just knowing more and participating more. Yeah.
I feel like a major issue is like the violence as well in our communities, because my mom does not like it when I'm out past like a certain time, like 10. And if I even want to go to the store, she'll be like, no, it's too late. And it's because like the violence and I feel like voting for the right person can have like a major influence on the violence. They could introduce like new activities. They could overall make the community into like a safer place, more peaceful place, not as much violence.
Yes, 2025 is around the corner, and we have the mayor election in the city. So how do you think young people can change the landscape and influence those like this mayor election in the city in 2025?
It's really important for young people to take part in this because this is something like unlike the president that affects the whole day and all that, it's affecting us directly. It's affecting who's gonna get funding, what they're gonna do for us, and like it really they're important. Like, what do they care about that we also care about? You don't want to vote for somebody who cares about something that doesn't matter or isn't gonna affect the community in a positive way. You want to vote for somebody who is gonna put our community first and actually improve the state that we're living.
Now, most of the times people say, oh, I only vote for the presidential election, but that is wrong, because the local authorities, the local representatives are the ones who affect your life directly. Those are the ones who say, okay, let's pick up the garbage. Those are the ones who say, let's create more shelter for the community. So we need to motivate the young people to vote for the local election, only for the presidential election, because the local elections are very important for our communities.
Yeah. I feel like this affects us specifically because we're the next generation. We're the ones that are supposed to be the next adults. We're the ones that have the power and the ability to vote, to vote and give our opinions, compared to, little kids and much older people who already voted or already know what to do. Like, we're the ones that are supposed to take care of the future.
Yeah, and Jaden, I agree with what you said. I feel like if we vote for the right person as mayor for New York, I feel like that is a major reflection on our part, considering we are part of the state. And you said the homelessness issue, right? I feel like voting for the right mayor could also like just make New York into like a safer, more beautiful place.
Okay. So guys, what advice would you give to a person who wanted to be part of this, like who want to be part on civic participation, who want to get into politics, but they don't know where to start? What advice would you give?
Just simply, you can ask your family. Something as simple as that can give you such a big insight into such a big problem. Like, if you can ask your friends who you know voted, what their opinions are, why do they vote, why do they do all that, and it really gives you an insight for you to get thinking and for you to want to make change for yourself.
Yeah, but like also like he said, asking your family, but also doing your research. Like, you gotta do your research. You can't go into something without not knowing what it is. You gotta do your research with anything you know, anything you want to know.
And I would say participating in community events, because a lot of community events also have something to do with like politics. Like, yeah, you go in there to like get a good connection with your community and make friends or whatever, but you also could be there to try to make a change in your community. Sometimes there's gonna be like a booth talking about like the presidents, the mayor, and just senate, and like overall, I feel like participating in community events as well as like talking to your family, doing research. I feel like all three of these things could like is like a really good start to one. It's like a good push to make you at least start.
Tell me about like your experience. It was any challenge trying to register like your peers, your family? What was the main challenge?
Can I go first?
Yes.
I feel like a major challenge when I was trying to get people is just people like just saying that they don't want to take part, and like you try to convince them, but they're just not willing to do it. And I feel like yeah, obviously you're entitled to your own free will, but like I feel like it's good to also want to like take part in your community, take part in like your country. I feel like it's good, but that's one of the main challenges, or just people. Honestly, people were just ignoring me when I was trying to get people to vote, and that's another thing. People were just not listening.
And how you were able to register those people? So they were like ignoring you, but how like you can convince those people that was like paying attention to you to register them to vote?
The people I convinced, I told them like exactly like what you're registering for, and I told them how like it could impact the society. But the people that were ignoring me, I try to get their attention. They would just keep on walking.
Yeah, I feel like the big challenge for me when I was trying to get people to register is that, like Dante says, a lot of people ignoring me. A lot of people, obviously because I'm just a 17-year-old kid, giving you a paper is kind of weird, but I explained it to them and they still didn't, you know, they still didn't try or even try to look my way. And also my family in a way, because my family is not from here, a lot of my family is not from here, they had second thoughts, and I had to explain it to them, and some of my family members didn't like it, especially my mom. My dad said yeah, because he has been here for 11, 12 years. But my mom, she was like hesitant, and it was just hard getting your family members, that people from outside that don't know you and think that you're just some 17-year-old giving them some weird paper.
For me, the biggest issue would, because me, I'm a very quiet person. If I don't know you, I don't talk to you. It's that simple for me. So for me to reach out to these people that I don't talk to was really the hardest part. But after the conversation starts, I realized how easy it was to convince them and tell them about it and tell them how important their voice was for the community.
So as I see the program take out you from your comfort zone. So how you feel about it?
When I first started, I felt weird because like what Jaden said, I don't really like talking to people if I don't know them. But like I'll talk to one person, then I got more comfortable, and I started actually approaching more and more people. Because at first I'll watch people walk by until I like build up my confidence, and then I'll go talk to one person. And then if I get ignored, it just brings my confidence down. But once I get someone to talk to, and if I'm lucky enough to get a registration, and it lifts up my confidence all the way, that I'm willing to like talk to the next person that passes by, and then next person, and that's how I overcame it.
It's really about like confidence for me, because after all of those like things that brought me out of my comfort zone, I feel so much more comfortable doing them now. Like I don't mind going out to somebody and asking them to register now as much as I did before the program.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it was just like getting out of your comfort zone. Really just because I'm kind of introverted. I don't like talking to people besides my family like that. So talking to random people was just, especially people, some of them are older, some of them close to my age. It was just really weird, and yeah, you just gotta get out of your comfort zone.
So what was the main experience that you gained in this program? Something that you would take with you like for the rest of your life?
Well, the main experience was obviously, being able to talk to people now and being able to express myself and, have a conversation like, an hour, 40 minutes, 30, and actually being able to explain what I want to explain to them without, saying something off topic or something that has nothing to do with the topic that I'm explaining to them.
I definitely agree with that because I feel like the main takeaway from this was I gained the ability to actually speak to the people that I want to speak to. And like, if I want to tell them something, I have the ability to tell them now and like inform them about what I want them to know.
And I agree with both of you guys as well. I feel like the main takeaway for me was having the confidence to go up to someone and strike up a conversation.
So how do you think this program prepare you for go to college for your career?
I feel like this program has like helped me because, like what I said at the beginning, I want to do trade school. I feel like this could help because like while I'm at my school, I could also like go up to like any staff members. I could like and outside of school, I could also like go up to people. I could see if they're registered to vote, so I could help my community even after like this program ends or whatever.
Well, obviously, this helps with college. Even if you don't want to go to college, it still helps with college in the way that even like in your regular life, you're gonna have to talk to people. You're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone and just really, interact with people. And if you want to go to college, obviously, if you want to do something like be in a band or do anything with like anything like that has to do with a group or you talking or having peers, you have to, go to campus and get papers out and having the confidence to even give the papers out and having a conversation, explaining to them what you're trying to do, and having those people interested in what you're doing is what gives you a push.
I feel like this will help with college because when you really think about it, when you're in college, there's going to be times where you're going to need somebody else's help, when you're going to have to talk to a teacher, staff. And now with this ability to speak to everybody that I need to, it's like, it's going to be so much more easier for me to ask for that help that I'm going to need.
After this program ends, how are you planning to keep participating like in civic engagement and politics?
Definitely when I become old enough to vote myself and get my friends and family to keep voting. Like, it's such a big thing for me now because that's the world I'm going to live in when I'm older. Like, I really want to make a change about it.
And me, I would say, I could participate in community events. I said it, but I feel like I could also take part. And if there's not like, a table set up yet to sign up, I feel like I could be the one to start that table and get people to register.
Well, obviously, college is a thing that you could use that experience for, and your experience of knowing and trying to vote. But obviously, I'm not old enough to vote. I have to wait till I'm 18. But when I'm the age to vote is when I'm going to see if I can make a change.
And this is how we conclude our 5th episode. This is Carlos Sanchez, Civic Engagement and Outreach Coordinator at Dominicanos USA. We would like to thank Jeff Paladin, Principal at Fannie Lou Hamer High School. Are we here? This amazing garden, this rooftop, with these amazing students talking about politics, civic engagement, and our future, the future of our community. Thank you. Bye-bye.